my congressional source tonight was in that meeting with Trump. The Republican Senator Mike Rounds of South Dakota joins me now. And Senator, it's great to have you here. That meeting, you went into it, no consensus, you came out of it. Is there a consensus of how to move forward, just one big bill or splitting it into two?
The consensus is we're going to get it done one way or the other. And the real thing is which way is going to work the best. We'll work that over the next couple of weeks, maybe even the next couple of months. But clearly both would work. It's a matter of which approach would work better. Nobody is set in stone on the right path forward, but we do know, number one, that we have to get the economy back rolling again. Second of all, the border has got to be contained. And then finally, we want to bring energy production back in. All of those items are doable with one single bill, we believe. The House, on the other hand, would love to do a bigger, more beautiful bill, as they've talked. We think it can be done, but we think the taxes may take a little bit longer just because of the intricacies of a $4.6 trillion.
Yeah, it's a massive bill to put everything together.
Huge.
I mean, is that possible to keep Republicans on the same page if you do pursue that one big bill?
We think we could, but we think it would be easier in the Senate if we did too. But it's okay because the bottom line is, regardless of which of the processes we take, we're going to get this done. And we have to get it done because, number one, we know that we've got to secure that border. And second of all, if we don't, the American people will see a tax increase of about $4.6 trillion, and nobody wants that.
Yeah, and of course, a big question of what that would look like for the debt and the deficit as well, if that does get passed. I mean, we'll see how that happens. I do have a question. You know, Republicans, senators often ask questions in these meetings to President-elect Trump. He made a lot of news yesterday when he was talking about Greenland, not ruling out taking it by military force yesterday. You know, I was thinking about this because something you've said before, and we've talked about this, is you've talked about the importance of Ukraine being able to protect its own territory, that Russia can't just go in and take it by force. I was talking to Trump's national security advisor in round one, Ambassador John Bolton, last night. He was saying that when Trump says something like that and doesn't rule out military force, he said it sounds like Putin and Ukraine or President Xi of China and Taiwan. How do you personally see it? Do you see that comparison?
I don't. Look, the president clearly is saying Greenland is very, very important. The Panama Canal is very important. And he doesn't feel that we're getting treated fairly there. And a lot of Americans, once they find out what our costs are to move our naval ships through there, they would agree with him. The same thing with Greenland. Greenland is critical because as climate change occurs, Greenland is going to become a more and more important part of the world's strategies among the major players. China and Russia and the United States all recognize that the polar region is extremely important. We have an air base on Greenland, and the folks on Greenland right now, there's about 56,000 people that are there. They have depended on the fact that they know that we are part of NATO and that we defend them. The real question is would it be appropriate, if there's a way to do it, to be able to bring Greenland in as part of the United States as a territory or otherwise? So I think that's the discussion that's going on. And look, there's no suggestion on his part. Just because he's not ruling it out, what he's really saying is why should I rule anything out? I'm a negotiator. So we'll start out by just simply saying, Greenland's important. We got to talk about it.
You're saying take him seriously, not literally. Senator Mike Rounds, we'd love to have you back to talk more about the specifics in the future. Of course, a lot of time covering these wildfires tonight. I'm so grateful for your time tonight.
Our thoughts and prayers go out with all of those victims out there. This is a bad, bad thing. And as we say, you look at your government as to how they respond during an emergency.
Yeah, and they may be needing congressional help in the future. We'll be talking to you at that. Thank you so much.